Hey, I'm Hallie, and we are coming on the air tonight with a triple threat of dangerous storms with back-to-back-to-back ice and flooding and freezing rain for more than 90 million people from New York to Colorado. You're seeing some of the scenes here. The National Guard deploying in Virginia where there's a state of emergency. You see this car crash we're about to show you here. The roads are icy, and guess what? In that state alone, some 300 accidents today alone. The snow is getting federal workers sent home early here in D.C. Same for students. With the worst of this storm, with the worst of this Arctic air still to come. In Kentucky, police are now warning people to stay off the roads with 6 inches there and maybe a half inch of ice coating the Appalachians. And this is only the start. We're also watching 2 other storms out west. And we've just learned the Pacific Coast Highway is shutting down in Malibu again because of mudslide risk. Then down south, you've got the concern about tornadoes in spots like Louisiana and Mississippi. Some weather experts calling what's happening right now an everything but the kitchen sink kind of storm system. And you know that's what it's looking like from coast to coast. We've got team coverage tonight. Bill Karen standing by with the forecast. Priya Sridhar in Kentucky bracing for a direct hit. But I want to start with Sam Brock, who's live for us here in Washington. Cold weather emergency right now. The snow has been coming down for several hours, but the worst of it is yet to come.
Yeah, that's well phrased, Hallie. You know, certainly at about 1 or 2 o'clock this afternoon, we started to notice snow coming down, but none of it was sticking. Look over my shoulder right now. You'll see what appears to be about 1 to 2 inches. And to your point, it's really the rush hour time period that officials are worried about tonight. 6, 7, 8 o'clock, where they're expecting the largest amount of accumulation. Should the D.C. area meet its projections of up to 6 inches of snow, that would mark, I'm told, according to our climate unit, the largest snowfall in the D.C. area in February in about a decade. So that's the concern to lay out for you. So far, I'm looking at the roads over my shoulder. You'll see cars in the distance there that keep driving behind me. The roads themselves right now are clear. We did talk to the Virginia Department of Transportation earlier today, VDOT. They've gone out there 48 hours in advance and pre-treated a lot of these roads with an emphasis certainly on major interstates like 395 and 495, the Beltway, primary roadways. They've been out there for a couple of days doing that with this briny mixture that's 1 part salt and really a lot of water to make sure that once the actual snowfall starts, it's easier to clear it up. Once it reaches 2 inches or more on the roadways, they get those trucks out there with these big mounds of salt, which we got to see firsthand. That is what's likely happening right now. The ripple effects of the storm itself, though, certainly affecting a lot of families, many schools, particularly the suburbs in Virginia and Maryland. Many school systems, really from Alexandria to St. George's County, all of them have dismissed earlier, in many cases have dismissed early. D.C. public schools, for the most part today, have not, but it's a wait-and-see situation for so many parents and administrators. They will not find out whether or not there's going to be school tomorrow until maybe tomorrow morning. Here is one teacher that we spoke with just a little while ago and what she had to say. The kids are all asking for a snow day?
Yeah.
I'm sure their parents probably are not.
Yeah, because then they would have to find other accommodations and all of those things. So be more proactive in letting parents know so that way they can figure that out.
I think, Hallie, one of the tricky parts about this is that for many parents that need to figure out what they're going to do with childcare, how they're going to plan their week, their day, they don't find out until the last minute. And clearly, if this keeps up, look at my head right now. There's probably about a half an inch of snow just on my hair. I think it's a safe bet that a lot of schools are going to be closing.
I know you used to live in Miami. Do you own a winter hat?
You know, something I do. I just don't like the way that it looks.
Okay.
What are you going to do?
Okay.
I'm going to have to come to terms with that.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.